Hello, my name is Miina Norvik, and currently I am an associate professor of the Finnic languages and language typology at the University of Tartu. When I was giving a talk at a language attrition course, I was still a postdoctoral researcher at Uppsala University, so this is the reason why you see two affiliations behind my name. In my talk, I was taking a closer look into Livonian. Livonian is the Finnic language I've been working with since my master's studies. I wrote my master thesis on Salatsi Livonian. This is an extinct variety of Livonian. Often you see the year 1868 when the last Salatsi Livonian speaker died, but there are some estimates that there might have been some speakers, at least who knew Salatsi Livonian to some extent, maybe even in the beginning of 20th century. In my doctoral studies, I was concentrating on the other Livonian variety, Courland Livonian. So this is the Livonian variety that first comes to one's mind when one thinks about Livonian. So because Livonian is often associated with these coastal villages of Courland. And these are the villages where this language was really used throughout the 20th century. But there are still some speakers left even nowadays, so we could call them more like L2 speakers. Several have acquired at least some knowledge from their even grandparents. And what is their situation is that it's not usually in everyday use, this Livonian, but you can really have a conversation in Livonian with this handful of these speakers. So, but yes, so this is something we have to acknowledge, is that the level of Livonian is really, it varies. In general, in my research, I've been concentrating on morphosyntactic features. So I was, for instance, talking about my MA thesis and also a PhD thesis. So I was then taking a look into how future time reference is expressed. I've been also considering causative constructions, changing state predicates, and so on. But for this course, I thought I could check recordings of some of these speakers I mentioned, so that who still can speak Livonian and are using it once in a while, or and this is so yeah. In my research, I've been mainly looking into the text and the recordings of the 20th century. But yeah, so I was thinking it would be interesting to compare with this 21st century recordings and see can I maybe notice something I haven't noticed in this earlier text. And this was indeed the case. So I have some examples on the slides. I could just point out a few. So something I haven't really noticed before is the usage of so-called double negative when expressing the past tense. So in Livonian, it is the way past negation is expressed is that you are using a negative marker on the negative verb, like the past tense marker on the negative verb. So there is no need actually to repeat it on the main verb, but this is something that is two speakers, like now the speakers, they were using so also this negative marking on the main verb. And maybe to give another example, in the Finnic languages, it is common that with numerals starting from 2, we are using partitive singular, but in the speech of these two L2 speakers, I noticed that they were also using plural nominative. So this is where we could probably accuse Latvian influence, because so this is the main contact language, and like in the European languages where this plural marking is used with numerals. So this is also the same. It goes the same in Latvian, and it seems that this pattern is also taken into Livonian. But yeah, so definitely this is something that I would also like to check now myself from this earlier text. But these are some examples that somehow caught my ear. Yes, but there are a few more examples on the slides, and I hope you find something interesting for yourself. Thank you for listening.